Hello, girls. So, the next topic is going to be uh, the general powers of central government. Okay, so this is a familiar question, many times asked in the examination. Even last year it was asked. Okay, so please go through this. This is quite a big topic, and in your textbook, it is too elaborate. So, here I have made some around 22 points. So, you can refer to this textbook, Himalaya Publishing, and look into these points. Okay, so it's easy to remember in the form of points, so please go through this particular topic. It's quite important and maybe asked even this year, so can't say. Please go through this particular topic. Okay. General powers of central government. So many times it's asked us, what are the measures taken by central government in order to eradicate uh, environment pollution? Okay, so what are the powers of central government in order to control environmental pollution? So like this it's asked in different ways for 14 marker many a times, so it's very important. You can even refer to your previous paper, it is asked, and also before this also many a times this particular question is there consecutively in your section C. Okay, so please go through this particular question. So we'll see what are the powers that central government is got. Okay, now central government is one of the main authorities, okay, in order to take up any kind of initiatives in order to control environmental pollution. So let's see what are those powers. First one is central government has got all the power to take such measures which it deems necessary, okay, for the purpose of protecting and improving the environment, so that they can prevent and control and abate, completely eradicate environment pollution. Okay, so they are having all the powers in their hand to take any sort of initiative in order to control the environmental pollution. Then the second point is central government also coordinates with the actions of other authorities like state government officers and other authorities for preventing and controlling the environmental pollution. So there are also other authorities under central government. You have state government and various other kind of pollution control boards, so they also coordinate with them in order to control the environment pollution. Then other than that, they are also planning and executing nationwide programs. Okay, so certain awareness programs. So you can also see that your NSS group sometimes creates an awareness program, isn't it, for controlling the environment pollution. So like that they have various kind of programs that which they plan, and nationwide they try to spread that particular plan and execute the particular plan in order to control your environment pollution. So other than that, they're also laying down standards, okay, for the quality of the environment in its various aspects. So they're setting a standard beyond which you're not supposed to pollute your environment. Okay, then they're also laying down standards for emissions and discharge of environmental pollution. So like I said, even emissions to a certain extent only you will be able to emit your wastes. Beyond that, it's going to be dangerous to the environment, so you're not allowed at such circumstances. Then actions will be taken against those who are crossing those limits of polluting the environment. Okay, the next one is restriction of areas in which industries has to operation. So they're also actually giving a specific location for your industries. You would have heard of also industrial layouts, and you can in Bangalore, if you take for example electronic city and all that, so they specifically kept for industrial areas. Okay, and you will not, because the industry should not be set up here and there wherever they want to in residential layouts or near some archaeological monuments and other things which can cause some sort of disturbances. Okay, rather and also when they're emitting waste like smokes and you know um, solid waste or liquid waste and all that, it should not endanger the environment. So always industries are supposed to be kept in a certain locality and not mix up with your residential layouts and other kind of premises. So therefore they restrict on the areas of the industrial operations. Then they're also laying down procedures and safeguards for preventing accidents which may cause environmental pollutions. Okay, so prevention is better than cure, isn't it? So they're trying to because various industrial accidents have happened, right? So because of that, they're asking the industries to take some sort of precautions to avoid such kind of accidents, so that they would be able to control such kind of accidents. The next one would be laying down of procedures and safeguards for handling hazardous substances. So our industries are also handling sometimes certain chemicals and hazardous substances. So at such circumstances, then the laborers who are working there are made to use certain safeguards or preventions in order to handle those kinds of hazardous substances. Like you would have all gone for various industrial visits, and we have also seen how laborers take their own precautions and safeguards in order to handle the substances or deal with substances that which they are going to use in the production of products and services. The next one is they are also examining the manufacturing processes, materials and other substances which are likely to cause environmental pollution. Okay, so they also try to examine if any manufacturing process is going to cause a lot of pollution in the environment, and such kind of processes are brought a stoppage on. Okay, so they have a check always. Then they also carry out investigations, sponsored investigations and research relating to problems in environmental pollution. So they are also trying to carry out some sort of researches, okay, and they investigate as to why this particular pollution is caused and how this pollution can be eradicated and what preventive measures can be brought forth. So all this they do, and not only that, if private organizations are also taking up investigations, they sponsor such kind of investigations by providing financial supports. Okay, the next one is inspection of any premises, plants, equipments, machineries, okay, so which they feel is necessary in order to prevent environmental pollution. So if they are getting any complaints that a particular industry is polluting the environment, so anytime they can enter such kind of industries and inspect the premises, their plant, their machinery, equipments and all, and try to bring a stoppage over there again. Then establishment of recognized and environmental laboratories and institutions that which are carrying out such kind of establishment of recognition environmental laboratories, okay, and institutions where you can conduct some kind of researches and analysis. So environmental laboratories are important. So in supposing if certain materials or certain kind of substances are causing environmental pollution, so such kind of substances are taken to those laboratories and they are checked there, okay, analyzed there as to what are the causes and what is that particular material. And all say how today coronavirus is being examined, isn't it, in order to find out a vaccine or medication and how it is spreading, why it is spreading, what are its attributes. So like that, the laboratories they check some kind of substances which may be causing pollution. Then collection and dissemination of information in respect or in matters relating to environmental pollution. They see to it they collect information and they are also disseminating, spreading and bringing about awareness about the pollution, the causes for the pollution. The next one is they also giving instructions and codes and guidelines, okay, to industries and also the environment as a whole, and they also publish these informations in their official gazettes, nothing but their newspapers and magazines, so that they bring about awareness. The next one is they're prohibiting or restricting on the location of industrials and carrying out processes in different areas. I already told you. So they are fixing certain premises, okay, locations as to where industries has to be set up, and industries cannot be set up wherever they are wanting to. Okay, so they look into the standards of quality of environment. They look into the maximal allowable limits of concentration of various environmental pollutants, and then emissions, discharges, all that, and then climatic features of an area. So all that, the compatible use of the land, the proximity to ancient monuments and archaeological sites and all that, and then the nearness to human settlement, proximity to human settlement, all this is taken into consideration when you are actually setting up an industry. If you are an industry who is going to emit a lot of smoke, then you cannot be set up say somewhere where there are some human settlements, or rather if people around are there. You should be kept aloof, cornered somewhere else, so that you're not going to cause a lot of pollution there for the in and around people living. Okay, so that's about prohibiting and restricting on the location. Apart from that, they are also appointing officers and giving them their powers and functions. Okay, so why these officers are appointed? In order to give directions, in order to take some kind of measures to protect the environment and prevent the environment pollution. Okay, so they are also having all the authority to give what to say directions to any industry which seems to be polluting the environment, and or even punishing them. Okay, framing rules and regulations for those industries to follow and such other things. Okay, other than that, persons who are carrying out industrial operations are you know not allowed, or industries also not allowed to emit a lot of discharge excess than the standards that which is set up. So this we have already seen this one. So you're only supposed to pollute the environment until whatever is the allowable limit. Now even your emission test, so we cannot say that you're not supposed to emit the smoke at all, but rather to only at a certain extent. Okay, so that's what is applicable even to an industry in such cases, wherein they will not allow you and pollute the environment in excess than the standards. Then the persons handling hazardous substances also should comply with all the safeguarding procedures. So some sort of safeguards has to be done for the employees who are working with these kind of hazardous substances in the industries, some sort of chemicals and all that. So they have to either wear gloves, masks, and when there's too much of noise created, maybe something to protect their ears. Otherwise, they will lose their hearing capacity, their visual capacity. So all this, some sort of protection should be given to the people who are handling such kind of substances. Then other than that, they should also furnish the information to the authority and agencies if required. Now any industry, if asked, is intimated to produce some sort of information regarding whatever is their process of production and all that, they are supposed to produce the information, okay, without any kind of delays. And then they also have, central government also has the power to entry and inspect anytime. Okay, they on behalf of the central government, they have given the powers, I already told you, to certain authorities, so they can anytime enter and inspect the particular location and find out whether pollution is caused or not. And if pollution is caused, then they have all the powers to give away instructions to that particular industry. Then they also have the power to take samples and procedure to be followed in connection therewith. Okay, that is, they have the right to take the sample of air, soil, water for analysis in laboratories to find out whether any pollution is caused or what is the reason for the pollutions and other things. Okay, and they are also setting up environmental laboratories, and they are also sponsoring environmental laboratories. They are facilitating a lot of environmental laboratories to be set up, so that solutions can be brought forth, and first of all problem can be analyzed, and then solutions for the same can be brought forth. And then government analysts, so these government analysts are set up. These analysts are given to certain human authorities, wherein they are alone allowed to analyze the sample and submit the report, so that if there are any kind of pollutions, then the authority will impose some sort of penalty. Sometimes if the rules are being contravened and all that, they sometimes even shut down an industry if they are in excess polluting the environment. Okay, so these are all the various powers of central government in order to protect the environment pollution and abate the environmental pollution. So that's the end of your syllabus, girls. We are done with all the topics. Okay, now supposing if you have doubts in any of the topics that I have done, you can ask me okay, on the group, and if at all required, I will repeat the topic. If any explanation required, if you have any doubts, you can always ping me. Okay, thank you.